lights go out, one name steps onto the stage: Zinedine Zidane. You might know him as one of the greatest footballers of all time, but this story isn't just about football. This is about pain, pride, revenge, and how weakness can turn into legend. Zinedine Yazid Zidane was born on June 23, 1972, in the port city of Marseille, in southern France. But his window didn't look out onto yachts or sunny waters. He grew up in La Castellane, a rough neighborhood known for its high crime rate and tough streets. As a child, he was shy, quiet, and believe it or not, he wasn't good with the ball. While other kids were showing off their skills, Zizou was being laughed at for his clumsy touch. His passes missed the mark. His ball control was weak. Some kids even laughed cruelly at his dreams. "You can't play football, Zidane. You'll never be a footballer." Those words cut deep. Every night he saw the faces of those kids mocking him in his dreams. But something lit up inside him. Shame turned into determination. Every laugh, every insult, it became fuel. He started training in secret. Every day, after street matches, he'd stay behind to shoot, pass, run, and try again. Every time the ball touched his feet, he had one goal: be better. By the age of 5, he was already in love with the ball. At 10, he joined U.S. Saint Henri. At 13, destiny knocked. Canes invited him to their youth academy. He left Marseille in tears, but with one mission: to prove them all wrong, to become a football legend. Searched millions of times on Google. Years passed. That humiliated boy, he came back. But this time he was different. Shoulders up, strong, confident. During a charity match in his old neighborhood, Zidane came face to face with some of the kids who used to mock him. Now they were grown men. They watched in stunned silence as Zizou danced past them on the pitch. Fast, smart, unstoppable. He didn't say a word. He didn't need to. The ball did all the talking. At Cannes, Zidane found peace. He met Veronique Fernandez, a Spanish-born dancer. For the first time, the fire inside him began to calm. Away from the cameras, they shared a quiet love. Veronique became his constant in a life full of chaos. Then in 1996, Juventus called. Zidane didn't hesitate. When he arrived in Italy, he was determined to prove himself. He played like an artist in Serie A, but he never lost the fire of that street kid. But that fire had a dark side. In 1998, he was sent off with a red card for headbutting an opponent in a Champions League match. The press exploded. Zidane, genius or madman? He stayed silent. His answer came with his feet. Then came the World Cup final, France versus Brazil. Zidane scored 2 iconic headers. The same head people mocked, now it crowned crowned a nation. France wept. The streets exploded. The boy from La Castellane was now a world hero. In 2001, he moved to Real Madrid, 77.5 million euros. Zidane became the heart of the Galacticos. Figo, Ronaldo, Beckham, they were stars. But Zidane, he was the soul. And that legendary volley in the 2002 Champions League final, pure poetry. Behind the glory fame followed, but so did shadows, rumors, scandals, secrets. But Zidane never broke. Like always, he stood tall, silent, with fire in his eyes. Then came the 2006 World Cup final. Italy, a perfect Panenka. Then Materazzi, a few words about Zidane's sister. And then the headbutt heard around the world. That was his final act on the field. He walked off, head held high, no regret. He disappeared from view, but he was already preparing for the next chapter. In 2016, he returned to Real Madrid as head coach. Critics talked, trophies answered, 3 Champions League titles in a row. History made. Today, Zidane lives a quiet life in France. A father, a husband, a legend. But he's still one of the most talked about names in football. Every year, millions ask Google, Zidane to PSG, Zidane next France coach. But if success ever seems easy, remember the boy who was told he'd never make it. Zidane's story isn't just about talent, it's about heart, hunger, and proving everyone wrong. It's the kind of story that inspires anyone chasing a dream. If this story moved you, his rise, his revenge, his resilience, hit that like button, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Because football, it's not just a game, it's a story of redemption, a dream, and a legend.